दिल्ली विद्यापीठाच्या एका कार्यक्रमात राहुल गांधी बोलतायत थेट त्यांच्या सभेत.
द नेक्स्ट प्राइम मिनिस्टर ऑफ आवर कंट्री. तो सर मेरा सवाल ये है कि द प्रेजेंट गवर्नमेंट लाइक दे हैव रिड्यूस्ड द हायर एजुकेशन बजट. The UGC budget has been cut down almost to the tune of 55%. And on the other hand, we see like many other institutions being created in other arenas. Higher Education Financing Agency has been created. तो वो एजेंसी क्या कर रही है? वो कह रही है कि सेंट्रल इंस्टीट्यूट्स को उनके मेंबर्स बनिए एंड लोन्स लीजिए उनसे. So these loans will in the long run change the entire system of our education from the public funded grant base to a loan base, because ये loans वापस पे करने पड़ेंगे. Ultimately the burden will fall on students. सब पे हम पे burden आएगा students पे, क्योंकि फीस ही ज्यादा होगी, कॉलेज को पैसा जनरेट ज्यादा करना पड़ेगा. तो my question is, sir, the present situation of education and higher education, especially the funding, उसकी दशा बहुत ही चिंता नहीं है, और सर आप इसको कैसे एक नई दिशा दे सकते हैं?
आपने हिंदी में भी बोला, अंग्रेजी में भी बोला, तो मतलब दोनों में जवाब दूं? मिक्स्ड, ठीक है. देखिए, पिछले 5 साल में the government has forgiven 3,50,000 crore rupees bank loans of 15 to 20 big businessmen. Let me give you a sense of what 3,50,000 crores is. 3,50,000 crores is approximately 10 years of Manrega. Now I got a question for you. 3,50,000 crores is forgiven for 15 people. Millions of students take bank loans. How many of your bank loans have been forgiven? Oh, why are you quiet? Have they been forgiven? No. So, we have massive bank loans of 15 of the richest people in the country being forgiven. But when farmers ask for forgiveness of the bank loans, the government says, no way. Students, of course, you don't ask. I don't know why you don't ask, but you don't ask. So the question is, why is everything being done for 15, 20 people? Look at your cell phones. 3, 4 companies own the entire architecture. Look at the port infrastructure. 1 company owns it. So there is a concentration of wealth taking place in India. And privatization is basically designed to help those 15, 20, 30 people. And the idea is very simple. The state should not pay for your education. You should pay for your education. And the money you pay for your education should go to those 15, 20 people. And we are fundamentally against that. We are absolutely 100% certain that the state must pay for large parts of your education. The state must support your education, and much more money should be going into the education budget than is going into it today. And you can see a steep decline in the amount of money that is going into education today compared to when we were in government. It's a massive decline. You can also look at the numbers and you'll see that when we were in power in UPA, we opened more than 20, 24 universities. Do you know how many universities have been opened over the last 5 years? One. Yeah. So that's the point. We believe that government has to support education. Government must support healthcare. Because without these two, we are not moving forward. And the BJP is convinced that you can use private industry to support education, and privatization is the key to education. We don't believe that. That's broadly. And then when I say the government should support, I mean making bank loans easier, scholarships, adding numbers of universities and colleges, pushing school enrollment. So all these numbers, if you look across, you'll see that every single one of these numbers has fallen in the BJP regime.
So we have next, thank you so much, sir. We have next question from Kapil from Campus Law Center. Kapil, are you here? Please raise your hand.
Why have you disappeared there? Come here. Where's Kapil? Yes.
गुड आफ्टरनून ऑल ऑफ यू. गुड आफ्टरनून राहुल जी.
Good afternoon.
सर मेरा आपसे सवाल था, पिछले 100 सालों से हमारे देश में बहुत अच्छी यूनिवर्सिटीज, अलीगढ़, इलाहाबाद, पटना, डीयू, जेएनयू, बहुत से हम सब स्टूडेंट्स के भविष्य का निर्माण करने में लगी हुई हैं. लेकिन पिछले दिनों सुनने में आया कि ये सरकार ने जो यूनिवर्सिटी अभी अस्तित्व में ही नहीं है उसको सर्वश्रेष्ठ यूनिवर्सिटी में टैग दिया. तो आप इसको किस नजर से देखते हैं?
देखिए, आज अगर आप उन 15, 20, 30, 40 बड़े उद्योगपतियों में से हैं तो आपको जो टैग चाहिए आपको मिल जाएगा. आपको आईआईटी का टैग चाहिए, आपको आईआईटी का टैग मिल जाएगा. आपको एमआईटी का, हार्वर्ड का टैग चाहिए, आपको हार्वर्ड एमआईटी का टैग मिल जाएगा. तो जब आप आईआईटी को देखते हैं, आईआईटी का जो रेपुटेशन बना है, पूरी दुनिया में बना है, वो 2 साल में नहीं बना है. और गलतफहमी नहीं होनी चाहिए. आईआईटी का जो टैग बना है सिर्फ आईआईटी के प्रोफेसर्स और आईआईटी के टीचर्स और आईआईटी के इंस्ट्रक्टर से नहीं बना है. आईआईटी के स्टूडेंट्स ने आईआईटी के टैग को बनाया है. रियलिटी है. मैंने जब भी आईआईटी की बात होती है, बाहर से लोग आते हैं तो मुझे कहते हैं कि हम आईआईटी के स्टूडेंट से इंप्रेस होते हैं. किसी ने मुझे यह नहीं कहा कि मैं आईआईटी के इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर से इंप्रेस्ड हूं या आईआईटी की बिल्डिंग से इंप्रेस्ड हूं. सब कहते हैं भैया मैं तो आईआईटी के जो स्टूडेंट्स निकल के आते हैं मैं उनसे इंप्रेस्ड हूं. और उस इंस्टीट्यूशन में तो अभी एक स्टूडेंट आया ही नहीं है. तो आईआईटी के बारे में अगर आप मुझे पूछें, IIT is a 1950s institution that is producing world-class students today. And it is doing an exceptional job. But the IIT of today has to be a completely different structure. We have to think of transforming the IITs into knowledge centers, into knowledge networks. And the way we do that, very simple. The only way to do that is by giving them autonomy. By telling them, you are responsible for what you are going to do. The government is not going to impose ideas on you. The government is not going to put pressure on you. The government is going to give you the resources you need. It is for your students, your teachers, your professors to decide what IIT should be doing, what IIT should be pushing. Now, this is a completely different philosophy. आज आप किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूशन में पूछ लीजिए, वाइस चांसलर्स आइडियोलॉजिकल लोग बैठाए जा रहे हैं. किसी से भी आप पूछ लीजिए, वाइस चांसलर एक संगठन के आइडियोलॉजिकल लोग, एक के बाद एक, एक के बाद एक, एक के बाद एक यूनिवर्सिटीज, कॉलेजेस में बैठाए जा रहे हैं.
Students also, the conditions in which we are living. So this is my question.
The simple thing is, how much money do you put into education? When you're saying, how do you think about guest lecturers? You can only solve that problem of guest lecturers, make them permanent, if you're putting in more money into the education system. So our view is that every single teacher in this country, every single professor in this country should have a certain comfort in his life. He must not feel uncertainty. So we would try and push to make sure that this ad hoc lecturer, ad hoc teacher business is changed and you get a permanent position. To do that, you have to put in more money. Currently, the amount of money the BJP government is putting into education, you simply can't achieve that. So the first step is to transform the way we think about education in the budget. And that is something that we're committed to. Yeah.
Next we have Mehek Haider from Jesus and Mary College. Please give the mic to Mehek. Mic check. Mehek,